Hello Year 11s! I'm gonna titrate some peroxide with potassium permanganate, that standard that I made earlier, that you should have the exact concentration of. So let's get started. So this is my peroxide. As you can see, it's quite old. So I diluted this to 6% back in 2019. So we're gonna see if it's still at 6%. Now the first thing I need to do is dilute this in this 250 ml standard flask. So I'm going to weigh out about 7 grams, and you're going to take note of exactly how many grams, like to 3 decimal places, and calculate the concentration of that before we move on. All right, so I've got the standard flask on the balance, and I'm going to weigh out about 7 grams. So this is the exact weight of 6% peroxide that we're using. So make sure you take that down. Now I'm going to make that up the line. Okay, as you can see, the meniscus, the bottom of the meniscus is sitting just above the line. So we've got our diluted peroxide. Now let's titrate it. Hello again. Okay, so I have to remember these, the pipette. This is a 20 ml pipette. I'm going to pipette or aliquot exactly 20 ml of our diluted hydrogen peroxide into 3 conical flasks. Firstly, I have to rinse this pipette. So I've just poured some of this diluted H2O2 into here. So I'm not filling it. I'm just putting a small amount in there and turning it to rinse it. And then I'm just going to discard that. I'm going to pipette 20 ml aliquots into each of these. Now the next step is I have to add 20 ml of 1 molar sulfuric acid to each of these. That's done. So I've got my potassium permanganate standard, which you should have calculated the exact concentration. Just going to pour some into a beaker so it's easier for me. So again, because I'm about to use a fresh piece of glassware, I'm going to rinse this burette with the potassium permanganate. So I've just added a bit, and then I'm just going to roll it around and discard it into my waste beaker for rinsing things. So I'm just going to empty out the potassium permanganate into the waste beaker. I always personally like to fill it just a little bit above 0, and then I'll empty it down to 0 just for nice readings. You don't have to do that. You can start it anywhere and just write down the start and the finished, but you know, I just like to start on 0. So this will be our first titre. Now we're basically going to put potassium permanganate into the peroxide until the whole thing goes pink. See, if I put a little bit in, it goes clear. So we're just going to titrate until it is a solid pink colour. The first one's always the trickiest because you don't know when it's going to end. Nope. Okay, well I well overshot that. So we'll take down that reading. Okay, so that's the end point for the first titration. It's like 11.5-ish. But we're going to do it obviously again and again. Because I clearly went past the end point there. So the next time we do it, we're going to slow down around like 10 and try and catch it a bit earlier. So now I'm just going to do it drop-wise. Yep. There we go. See, that pink is a lot lighter than this pink, which was our first titration. All right, so 10 point, you figure it out. You can read that. Oh, it's getting close. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh my God. That is beautiful. It's definitely staying pink. But look at the difference between that and that. I reckon we can put one more drop in this one. Just get a little bit. Oh, there we go. That's better. Tighter is. Okay. Okay. Here's the tighter. Okay. Ta-da! Lovely. All right. I hope you got 3 concordant titers from that. So yeah, obviously you choose whichever 3 you want and get the average and use that to figure out the exact concentration of the 6% hydrogen peroxide. And enjoy your calculations. Good luck.